Steiny's getting grilled on his own show. I guess this must have been the day after. I believe we touched on it on our show that he was beefing with Steve, who will do it.
The man will do it.
And
by it, we mean jerk off his own dog.
Yeah, Donnie. We love Donnie.
Oh, yeah. He ripped his...
For example, when I jerk off Donnie...
Rest in peace.
Donnie died?
Donnie passed.
I knew that.
Somewhat recently, I think.
That's so tragic, man.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
He was living the life.
Yeah, that was a happy dog, though. I'll say not many dogs lived like Donnie did.
For example, when I jerk off Donnie...
So here's Steiny on his own show getting grilled. He came on this show and got mega grilled about Tate. Now he's going to his show. And I have to say, after hearing this, I kind of agree with Steve. I think Steiny's kind of a shitty dude. Like in the best way, like in the
best way.
Yeah, in a way where it's like we're dogs, but like let's acknowledge that like you're kind of a
he's a rat,
too.
snake, piece of shit.
Why is he sitting like that?
Yeah, that's an Ethan pose.
Let's hear you guys. Yeah, let's hear.
I want to get back in the game with you, bro. I was like, yo, let's go back to filming. I can help you out. You help me out. Let's do it.
Bro, but the crazy thing is
I don't want to talk about the podcast. I want to talk about the future now.
Podcast, but I'm saying, if I need help, this and that, that's how it should be without me offering to make you rich. And it's like...
Why do you think that?
Dude, because, bro, I'm the guy that you worked for me, and we had no contract.
I don't know if the lore is, but Steiny started in the Nelk universe as Steve's assistant.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. So he started focusing more on the Full Send podcast, and he was like neglecting his responsibilities with Steve. And there's other things like he supposedly took Steve's car to go to a party without telling him.
Yeah. This is I mean, he explains.
And I treated you very well, let you live in my places. I would give you whatever you want. I was the best boss ever. And then you just leave me. In Mexico, it's not you just leave me. You don't tell me. I remember needing something in Mexico, and it was you were gone. And it's like that's just not how you treat someone. And then everyone else in my position.
He's not denying it. That's the thing. I'm like, that sounds really shitty. That sounds really shitty that he did that.
As an employee and a friend at the time.
Yes.
I
As a friend and employee.
Leave Mexico or like Vegas and like just not tell you guys.
Tell him.
That would be nuts.
He's like, "Where's my assistant?" Oh, nobody can reach him. Oh, he's in LA. What the fuck?
So insane.
Contract, signed to this, signed to that, and I didn't because, bro, that's not how I roll.
I get that.
I'm not no.
So wait, let's talk about that because I've now accepted and I've.
And then after the fact, after you f*** me over, you're like, let's sign to a contract, bro. You f*** me over. I don't want to talk to you about signing that contract.
So I did a few episodes. I admit that, and I understand.
Bro, you left me in Mexico without telling me.
No,
bro.
that's crazy. You guys were both there, but listen. I came to you and I said, bro.
And he's being, oh God, I hate arguing with people like him.
That's crazy.
Let me go back because that was really annoying.
I admit that, and I understand.
Bro, you left me in Mexico without telling me,
no,
bro.
I told you. You guys were both there. But listen, I came to you and I said, bro.
I feel bad for Steve. He looks heartbroken.
Steve made me sad.
Yeah, he looks heartbroken.
He's like, well, you were not alone, but that doesn't change the fact that you left. Like, you just don't do that.
Well, he said, no, I did tell you, but he doesn't even seem to believe it himself, frankly.
Me in Mexico without telling me,
no,
bro.
I told you. You guys were both there. But listen,
Poor Steve. I know. It's tragic. It hurts Steve, it doesn't matter what you've done in life. Nobody deserves to be treated like this from a friend. Nobody.
I came to you and I said, bro, I want to be a SteveWillDoit LLC talent. I want to be part of this team. And I said, I need a contract. And you said, I don't.
Bro, you asked me for a contract after you left me to do the Full Send podcast.
Yes, but that doesn't matter.
But at that point, I'm saying, you.
Why?
Because you left me without saying nothing, dude.
Why is he?
It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
Why is he not getting that? I don't think Steve's mad that he moved up. He's mad that he fucking bailed on him without saying anything. It's pretty obvious, right?
I want to know more about that story. What does that mean?
I know. I want to know more.
What does that mean?
I need the gossip.
There's a lot. There's a lot there.
With the whole H Street thing, that's why I called.
Oh
and I
yeah,
was
so
like, yo,
now
you're
the show we did with Brad, because you guys remember Bradley was pissed at Steiny. They were supposed to come together, and then all of a sudden Steiny shows up on the show, and never told Bradley he was coming on the
Right,
show. So
right.
a similar.
Yes, to
Betrayal.
be fair, I guess. We.
Go on.
Fair, I guess. We did call him. He had canceled, and we called him on the show.
It
called
was like an
Steiny.
impromptu thing with.
Doesn't
with
matter.
Steiny.
Well,
But he could have texted his
Yeah, he
friend.
could have texted Bradley.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he should have.
A friend would let the other person know, listen, I am heading there.
Right.
True. It's like if you had a play date set up, and then you were like, "Hey, girl, I'm not going to the play date."
And then you are going,
date.
you would say, I am going.
Yeah.
Right? You absolutely would.
I love Steiny. Like he's a homie. I will never depend on him for anything. That would be a mistake.
I'm sorry. Ben said, who cares about this, guys? I care about this so much. I'm so
Yeah,
interested.
this is really interesting.
I feel like I want to know everything about what happened.
This is hard hitting stuff. I don't know what you're tripping about. By the way, Steiny, he found a new girl. You think she's with me for my looks or or personality?
I'm collecting all these Instagram stories so that we could ask him when he comes
think
in
it's
person.
fun. I mean,
Honestly, I have to admit publicly that following him has been very cringy to me, and so I had to mute because I don't want to unfollow and like start beef.
Wait, do I follow him on it?
So I muted him, so I don't need to see this
I
crap.
personally love this shit. I love it. I think it's hilarious.
It's always it's always
live
about like
that
girls
life.
and I'm not.
I have one more. Maybe this one.
Am I following Steinberger?
I followed him when we were in Vegas
Yeah,
the
I am.
first time.
I don't get his
so-
posts. I guess Instagram knows. You have another one? Oh my god, bro. Y'all think I should fight crime at night or get pussy? That's funny. That's funny. That's a funny.
The first one, I love her bathing suit.
Okay.
Content catered to me.
The question is it Batman or Robin?
God.
He's not Batman, I'll tell you
Is he
that.
doing either of these?
It's Robin because he's robbing your girl.
I like he's
Boom, maybe.
depreciative, self-deprecating, which I like.
that because it's the same way you treated me, and it's in a much bigger way here, right? Which is like you told me on a pod I had to do a pod with you because you do pods for me, and I'll do that forever, favor. I don't mind it, and I get that. We have a different relationship. And then we're on the pod, and you're like, yo, you want to come on the pod with me and Aisha because we FaceTime? You're like, yeah. And then you're like, that night, yo, should we fade it? I was like, yeah, if you don't want to go, it's far. I was like, I could fade it. And then you
Steiny
showed
was
up
the one to
anyways and made all-
insinuate to start the let's not go.
Yeah, Bradley was gonna come.
It makes
right.
it doubly bad.
And then Steiny's like, let's not go. And then he shows up on our show.
You are correct.
It seems like he I know he didn't. I know
Yeah.
Steiny did not intentionally.
But
bogart him.
it's
Yeah.
it's true. If he was more thoughtful, he would have thought,
Yeah.
"Oh, I should let Bradley know."
I mean, it turned out great. I really enjoyed the face-off that we had with Bradley and Love.
yeah.
That was dope.
It was very fun.
That was dope.
So
Me
it
and
worked
Bradley
out
Speaking of
fun.
Marvel Rivals, season 2 just started today. Huge balance update.
Yeah.
You want to play tonight?
Do you know, and Nate, this concerns you, that you can play Marvel Rivals on the games, on the what do you call it? The Valve game thing? Was he?
Oh, Steam Deck?
Steam
Yeah,
Deck?
Steam Deck.
I mean,
I didn't
yeah.
know that, but I guess I'm not surprised. That's
That
cool.
makes sense.
I
Yeah.
downloaded it. I haven't tried it yet, though.
Let's fucking
Oh,
go, bro.
we're getting there.
Seems like it would be a weird way to play it. I'll try it, though.
Well, it's
No, that's
similar to
like the
playing on
worst.
controller, right?
It's got to be the worst,
It's
right?
probably the worst gaming experience you can have for that game.
It's because the sticks are too small on the Steam Deck, so aiming on it's much harder compared to a
Okay.
normal controller.
I haven't actually tried a Steam Deck, so.
I love the Steam Deck. That's it. That's all I do.
Just to get back to the topic for a second.
Sure.
Because
Right.
a thought occurred to me. So, do you feel like we owe all of these guys an opportunity to come and explain themselves on this situation?
I've wanted Steve to come on for a while. I'd love to have all of them on and just kind of work this out
Yeah.
together. You know?
Live,
Maybe
laugh, love.
Steiny needs a little intervention.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Having all
You don't
the,
think- can your-
the
your
Nelk voice
theories-
sounds like a nightmare.
You cannot intervene on Steiny. Dan,
No.
please.
Just accept.
This is a man who will not change.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the path.
All these excuses
to the
as to
wings
why
of
you never
redemption.
hit me. You could have just been like, it's a communication
You're
error.
right. I should have texted you, but he literally called me and he like hit me at 2 p.m. and he's like, please come.
You could have just said, yo, at 2 p.m., yo, I'm headed there. If you're still down, pull up. It's just a
The
communication error.
normal person would do it.
Yeah, I get it.
But besides that, I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you'd leave me and then not be communicative about it. And it's just like,
It seems like he should just apologize
I wonder
for it.
when
He's
did
not
this
he will
happen?
not apologize. It seems
How
like-
long ago was this?
It must have been a while ago. It seems like Steve's had a problem with him for a while.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
this
is
I'm
this not a
seeing-
new clip? I
I'm
had
seeing
assumed it
Steve's
was-
getting a lot of shit for this, though. A lot of people are
Really?
saying, like, you know, usually people will be supportive of their employee moving on to, you know, better things.
I think I'm with Steve. They're
No,
not
but
getting
the question
it.
is
Yeah.
how you do it.
I don't think he's mad that he moved up.
Yeah.
He's mad that on a personal level, he felt like what he did to him then was so dirty. If he would have stayed there and done his job as assistant and then gone back with him and then was like, hey, I'm going to do the full, I'm going to, do this now. I don't think Steve would have been upset. Obviously I'm putting a lot of words in Steve's mouth here, but knowing, that's how I see it, How do we reach out to Steve? Do we have a connection there?
You're friends
Instagram?
with this guy named Steiny, who I think
Yeah,
is
but
pretty tight with him.
Steiny's going to gate.
That's Bradley.
Bradley was playing
Oh,
with
true.
him the other day.
Bradley.
Yes, Bradley. He'll hook you up.
Let me text Bradley really fast.
I sent you my try at making Dan into the doll. It's very cursed.
Yo, you guys, Steiny and Steve,
Oh, that's terrible.
should come on so we can mediate.
It's like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm sorry about that.
I was sent a similar attempt.
Yeah,
Cursed in a different way.
less
This is
cursed
From
for
Wales.
sure. Yeah.
That looks like Dan.
And what do you think about the other one?
And that's Dan with a wig.
I don't know, man.
You still don't see it?
I mean, she got the big beautiful blues.
Yeah, that is all
The
these
old baby
parts.
blues.
All these parts are from Dan.
You look at yourself in the mirror, Dan, and be like, God, I'm fucking so stoked about my eyes.
No.
Never?
No.
You ever get lost in your own gaze?
Oh, do you?
Really? I don't know. You ever done mushrooms and stare in the mirror and be like, God, look at those?
You avoid the mirror with mushrooms.
True.
Not me.
I mean, I've done it, but then I quickly learned the lesson. That's the bad
You're
space.
joking, right?
Well, so actually, I always hear people say, "Don't look in the mirror." So when I was in there, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna look in the mirror," and
Oh.
I didn't really feel anything.
I feel like I absolutely would avoid the mirror, like when we were on acid. It's
Well,
like the last thing.
Avoid everything. I wish that I was just put in anesthesia, wrote it out unconscious.
Well,
and
see,
then
that's-
and
that's-
then and then also then when I want you back and it's like, hey, Steiny, come back, not because you just like I deserve to have like because I'm in a rut.
This
bro.
is what I've told you.
No, but when I
Listen.
come to you and saying I need you because I'm in
And I'm there
in
for
a
you.
dark place in my life,
And I'm
this,
there for
that,
you.
in the fourth, etc.
I'm there for you.
But I also say I want to make you fabulously rich.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something, and I really appreciate how generous you are, but it's not always just about the money. It's also about
It's not about the money, but when you complain,
it's about respecting each
bro,
other
it's-
and being on the same page. Listen,
It's getting really mad.
So
I can tell.
I feel like there's more there on that topic that I want to hear more.
It's fascinating.
Yes, it's
there's a
really
really deep
fascinating.
thing here, and I get the sense that Steiny if he would just be more apologetic, I think Steve would.
Well, I'm curious to hear more from Steiny's side on this because he's like, it's not just about the money. So
Should I call him?
was there a difference in expectations where Steiny wanted to be more of a talent and Steve
so
wanted him to be an
that's what-
assistant, and
There
like,
was that for sure.
they
yeah.
were just
Yeah.
not on the same page there.
I found a video, a short one, where he says that basically SteveWillDoit blew up real quick and he just felt overworked. He just felt burnt out because he was doing a lot of other stuff. I don't know.
Can we do a poll? Should I call Steiny? Because if people aren't interested, we can move on. But for me, it's fascinating. I don't want to get Steiny's POV, and then we can talk to Steve, and we can basically make a verdict as a unit and place the blame on one group. Soul blame. That's how we roll around here. Dan is throwing up a poll, presumably.
Ethan calls Steiny. Good Paul.
It's a good poll.
Good Paul. Then.
Oh, thank you, Ela.
The votes are pouring in. I don't see it. What are we seeing here so far?
70%, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. You know,
Fascinating.
The people are captivated by this,
Yeah.
and rightfully so. I'm gonna call Steiny.
The thing is, I feel like you need to talk to Steve.
Yeah, me too.
Once I get
Yeah.
Steiny's POV, Steve's gonna.
But I feel
need
like we
the-
know Steiny's POV.
Well, here's
No,
the
we
thing.
don't.
Not really.
Steve, I feel like, was referring to actual incidents, and he was trying to talk about like real things, while Steiny was just like, "Okay," and then he would get conceptual about it. I feel like he's probably going to deflect.
Steiny
I
is
think
good at
Steve knows
deflecting.
what he feels.
Gonna deflect.
Steiny did some heavy deflecting last time when he was on. He's
Yeah.
really good at
He
it.
heard his
He
side.
can't.
Yeah.
He can't just say. You know.
He cannot admit his wrong.
Yeah. He's not as like developed as a person as I am. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like I'm just more actualized.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Ethan.
Okay, Steiny, we're live. We're analyzing.
Well, who do I owe this pressure to? H3 Army, what's good?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry, I slept really shitty, so I woke up at like 6:30 and I just went back and took a nap.
Oh, so you're just a little groggy.
Yeah.
So I'm reviewing. Sorry, did I wake you up? I apologize. Although I know I don't apologize. It's 1:30. How the fuck would I know? Yeah, that you're. So we're reviewing the footage of you and Steve's argument.
Uh-huh.
Now we wanted to get a little more information from you. So what happened in Mexico? Is it true that you left and didn't say anything?
Yo, does Olivia and AB actually have the photo of me with my shirt off behind their desk?
No, it's there.
Oh my god.
Here, I'll
It's funny. It's funny as hell, bro.
No, I look good as fuck. All right,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I put it on his app so
basically
everyone
what
can.
happened was that was probably episode. I'd have to guess if I was. We'll call it episode 4 or 5 that I was on, and it was Portnoy, and I told Steve like, hey bro, I'm gonna go back a day early. Kyle hit me up. It's in Miami. I'm gonna go do this podcast. And he kind of took that as, wow, you're going to choose him over me. It was more, I think, of like a ego thing than it was like yo, I have responsibilities for you here. Like when we didn't have shit to do. We were in Cancun.
So, but Steve's problem, as he describes it, is not that you went and did the podcast. It's that you apparently left without telling him.
No, bro. No. I told him. That's why he reacted that way. I think he just kind of felt like, I don't know, dude, we accomplished a lot together, and I played a massive role in his channel and his career, and I think he just like thought I was going to be there forever, and I had a chance to level up and something that was going to excel me in my career. So I was like, dude, I got to do this, and I wish he was a little supportive or understanding, but I also see how he just kind of really relied on me for a lot of things, and it was hard to understand.
Well, let me ask you this: you
watched the whole thing?
I watched it. Whatever. There's like a on our subreddit. There's like a 3-minute clip of you guys arguing.
Okay.
It seemed like we got the heart of it, but it seems like is there anything? Is there any apologetic feelings you have towards Steve? Like, because it seemed to me when you guys were arguing, you didn't feel like you had anything to apologize for.
I don't know, H3. It's been 4 years, and every time that guy hits me up, I still show up for him. So, no, I don't really, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry it didn't work out the way he wanted to, but it's not like I cut the guy off.
So has he
we've
been
done-
has he been holding this grudge for 4 years?
I think it just hurts every single time to see. I don't know, man. It's such a complicated situation. Also, with him, like, not being allowed on YouTube, and I think that he sees me now, like, you know, in Milk videos where he used to be.
That sucks. Yeah.
Podcasts, all these things that he doesn't know how to control his emotions, and his immediate reaction is to just shit on me.
I get that. That's complicated feelings for a guy who's drunk all the time. You know.
Yeah, can I ask you something?
Absolutely, of course, anytime.
Why do I just feel like even if I was in arguments with people, like you would side against me?
Isn't that the nature of our relationship?
It is, but like I told you, I was meeting with your number one op yesterday, and I stood on business and said, bro, I think you're a decent dude, but I gotta let you know, H3's my guy, so I rock with him no matter what.
He's referring to Steiny had Hassan on his podcast.
Oh, really?
He's like, yeah. So he's like, what should I ask him? And I was like, I don't care, bro.
No, I wanted to see if there's anything that like worth between you two, because I wanted to talk about you two a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, me and Hassan have spaced. I mean, everything's been said. Exhausted. Well, how did the interview go?
It went really well. Like, we actually had a good conversation. We didn't agree on everything, but like at the end of the day, we're both mature adults. And you guys actually, you guys agree on a lot of the things against what I believe in. So,
Well, that's part of the reason why it's so fucking stupid that he's on this campaign to like destroy my.
I would like to.
It's not happening, bro.
Nice try.
You're dreaming if you think you're gonna get that.
Dude, I am notable as the peacemaker.
You are literally delusional if you think we're gonna do that on your show.
Imagine giving that exclusive to
Guess who might be having Vivian and Elon Musk on at the same time?
Okay, I'll imagine.
Yeah, pray for that. I need a fucking miracle.
Can you ask him about ChatGPT saying that he would steal Steve's car and watch and go to parties without telling him?
ChatGPT claims that there's incidents of you stealing Steve's car, or borrowing rather, and going to parties without him. Has that happened?
All right, well, who's in the back? That's got to be Dan trying to be the snitch in the background. Am I right?
No,
it was AB. It was AB. I'll disclose it.
Shit, dude.
But AB's our researcher. AB's just doing his job. He's just doing his job.
Yeah, dude, because I peed in the parking lot. I'm not going to do it again. I didn't know it was such a big deal that I peed on cement.
That's true.
Maybe get over it, bro. It's a manly thing to do.
Yeah.
Stealing the car and taking it to parties. There was more stealing the car and going straight to a girl's house. So I wasn't going to parties.
So you did steal a car.
Yeah, I was pulling up in style. I mean,
That's crazy to take someone's car without telling them.
Not just someone he works for.
Your boss. Your boss's car.
I'd say
people go to jail for that.
Dude,
That's Grand Theft Auto.
That's what fucking friends do, dude.
Why didn't you ask him?
Without notice anytime.
Why didn't you ask him?
I did, like 9 out of 10 times, and then a couple times it was too late, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going for it.
You just let him sleep and you borrowed the car.
Dude, life is about taking risks, bro.
I guess. I don't know. I calculated risks. I don't know.
It was calculated, trust me. You should have seen her, bro.
All right.
Does he know he's the first guest that security guard dealt with?
Right. I'm still waiting to go on our dog walk.
Hold on. What was that?
Does he know that he's the first guest that our new security guard had to deal with?
Oh yeah, you're the our new security guard Casey. You were the first celebrity guest he's encountered, and he's just a little damaged now. No, he just thinks they're all coming and pissing in the parking lot.
Dude, you should have seen the smile on that guy's face when I pulled up. It seems like he was a big fan.
He must have seen your pee-pee and fucking laughed.
He didn't stop me. He didn't stop me. I put my name on your fence, so he didn't really stop me.
He did actually. He told me he did know who you are.
Yeah, well, once again, dude, it won't happen again, and I apologize.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate. And there you go. I appreciate that. That's it. No problems.
All right. Any other questions? Want to look bad or what? Why don't you ask me something positive, dude?
Listen, okay, try.
Like, yo, how is yours and Steve's relationships now? Oh, it's really great, H3. After the podcast, we mended the relationship. Since you didn't watch the whole thing, it ended very positively. We shook hands.
Okay, good.
Showed love to each other.
Good.
Something that adults do. And
good.
Hopefully you and Hassan can do one day.
Oh, bro, you are fucking with the fucking. You are literally walking with the sheep. If you were my friend, listen. If you were my friend, if you were my friend, you wouldn't even have had him on. It wouldn't even be a question.
I'm just letting you know, and maybe he fooled me, but it seems like that guy actually.
He did fool you.
at this point, maybe not at this point, it's different, but it seemed like he actually genuinely cared or cares about you.
Yeah, he did fool you. He's a psychopathic piece of shit that spent the last like year trying to destroy me. And by the way, and just lying, clipping, doing all this ridiculous shit. And that's part of his shtick, is that he shows up to other people's show and like a psychopath who can perform on a high level to charm and trick people. That's what he does. And he's explicitly said it, that he does it for the explicit purpose of running normies through into his funnel to radicalize them.
Well, he didn't get me.
Yeah, he did. It sounds like he got you. It sounds like he got you. But that's okay.
Shit.
I hope it's a good
Maybe he
episode.
did.
Yeah. But you know they say psychopaths are very charming. It's that thing. Like on the surface they're very charming.
Yeah, well, I know you think I don't do anything all day, but my Postmates just got here, so I'd like to go enjoy that.
What'd you get?
And dude, at Papa John's, bro, it's my cheat day.
Papa John's, get in there. You got a pizza for yourself?
No, bro, what the hell? I got 2 friends here. I got 2, one for them, one for me.
They have to share one?
Over here, bro.
Is it? Hold on. Are they the same size?
Yes.
So you got.
Buy one get one free deal on Papa John's.
So you got 1 large for you, and then 1 large for your other 2 friends?
No, I got 2 smalls. It's buy one get one free if you get the small size.
I take care of my friends. I get them at least a medium.
Yeah, okay, I bet. I can see what goes on over there.
All right, Steiny, thanks.
What goes on over there?
All right, enjoy Papa.
Hey, last thing. Tell our boy Love that Brad is refusing to pay based on the circumstances. So unfortunately, I cannot give him the 1,000, but we'll figure something out in the future.
I appreciate that, dog.
Not surprising.
We'll solve it.
Yeah, not surprising. All right, take care. Nice to talk. Thanks for answering.
All right, man.
Bye.
Take care. Peace.
That's Steiny, everybody. Of Nelk fame. A character indeed. Yeah, he's like, oh, I had Hassan on, just so you know. I was like, okay. What's next? Fucking Kanye West? Yeah, like he wouldn't say no to that. I mean, Howie had Candace Owens on his podcast.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a weird one.
I guess nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
About
You're
anything.
coming off a little special needs.
Okay, listen.
Got you, dude.
I think so. Don't you think so?
No, I don't, Howie, and I find the insinuation to be inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate.